Majo John Madden at the AutoZone, where Ivan has just replaced my battery for $3,500 Mexican and put in new windshield wipers, which is spectacular. And I'm sitting here realizing it's been a year and a half and longer that I've been struggling to get this car started. So many times that it's dead. I think this is a real strong battery. He says it has more power than the old one did. And 5-year warranty. And I teased him and said, I'm not going to be around that long. He liked that. The new windshield wipers, they've been broken. That one's been broken for a long time, and it rains a lot around here. I still have bad brakes. I did fine driving here, but it was flat. I wasn't climbing hills, and I wasn't going through the mountains doing curves. I thought I would go down to Veracruz Sunday morning when the traffic is light, but I got to reconsider that. I was using a temporary battery from the mechanical and the urban neighborhood. The other AutoZone is right over there, and they're the ones who sent me to Compu Servicio. And so I gotta go there and return his temporary battery, and that's the area where I want to stay tonight. None of this was my plan. My plan was to just go right down to Las Trancas and stay in a little hotel there that's pretty cheap and really quite lovely. It specializes in matrimonio, 3-hour rates for lovers. And you can pull right into your hotel room. Your parking spot is part of the hotel room, and when you close the garage door, that's your door to your hotel. So nobody even needs to know who else is in the car with you. It's just pretty great for the matrimonio rate. But no, I'm not there, because once again I got turned around because I have no GPS. I haven't had a working telephone with apps away from Wi-Fi and no GPS for 4 months, 5 months, Tampico, where that phone got stolen. So dealing without GPS in a foreign country where people drive fast and crazy is really wild, and a whole lot of road construction pretty much everywhere because the infrastructure has so far gone south. I'm sorry to use that expression. So I asked him, how far to the next AutoZone? Because I thought it was pretty close. He says, media hora, half an hour. And it's getting dark. I don't see well after dark. I've got no brakes. And my brand new replacement rebuilt engine that I paid several thousand American for in El Diamante is sputtering. I thought that Edgar had fixed that when he found a fuel injector that wasn't working. It seemed like it had, but it's sputtering again. So this car is maybe not going to be a nightmare. I found out that all the lights are working. For a while, one of the headlights wasn't working, and somehow it fixed itself. The emergency flashers don't work, and the mechanic down the way here said you gotta go way down into the steering column to do that. It's super expensive, so we're not doing that. It's a handy thing to break down in the wrong place in curvy mountainous roads. So once again I said, God, I'm going to turn the steering wheel over to you, which is what I do. And doing that, I drive really great. I am legally blind. I don't wear glasses anymore, and low light conditions are not good for me, but I've compensated by paying attention to everything. I concentrate so hard. I may not realize what is that thing down there, but I know there's a thing down there, and I'll find out what it is when I get there. And that's my policy for a lot of things. Improv. It's all, you got to improvise the whole thing, including relationships. Don't rehearse what you're going to say. And it kind of helps to not be able to see them from far away, because you don't profile them. You don't say black person, Latino. It's all Latinos here. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman at a distance. From enough of a distance, I don't know if it's a person or a tree. you know, or a fire plug. So that supports improvisation, it supports trust, supports turning it over. And I do go into a zone behind the wheel where I get happy, I get relaxed. It's really an altered state. And I know that it's a big heavy vehicle moving very close to other big heavy vehicles at high speeds. I know that terrible things could happen. I ground myself by knowing that terrible things could happen, but I free myself by not thinking about that. If you walk around the world anticipating the bad things that might happen, number one, it ruins your quality of consciousness. And number two, it doesn't make you a good driver. During the COVID, somebody in Asheville put on Facebook, he showed a picture of a car flipped upside down. He said, people drive more slowly. And I couldn't resist posting, that's the stupidest advice I ever heard. Hesitant drivers are more dangerous than drivers who are willing to take a risk. People end up passing them in places where they shouldn't be passing. You gotta go with the conditions. Pay attention to the conditions. What's true in the here and now, and go with that. And take the appropriate risks. But sometimes is passing. Sometimes is passing on a curve. In Mexico, you always have to be prepared for someone coming in your direction, in your lane, because people pass, and they frequently don't anticipate how long it's going to take to pass, and they're still in your lane. So if you're not paying attention to that, you're gone. Makes it exciting, like skiing downhill very fast or rock climbing. Isn't that what life is like? Pay attention, show up, breathe, say, God, take the steering wheel. I'm in your hands, but I will do everything I can to be a humble servant. Gracias a Dios. Okay, it's getting dark. Bye.